Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to work on a neat little bread recipe that I found, if I can get the words out. I've never been to Dollywood before, but apparently there is a cinnamon bread that's sold there that's real popular, and I had some of this frozen dough that I'm really not going to do anything with, and to be honest with you, I'm not even sure that it's going to work. I'm trying to get it to rise, but I'm not sure that it's going to. I think it's lost all of its gumption, if you will. But it's still edible, and so I'm still going to try. So what I'm going to do is I've got this leftover frozen dough, some sugar, some cinnamon butter. That's all you need. Let me see if I can show you a picture of... So this is the wrapper here, sorry, of the dough. And yeah, that was bought at Walmart. I'm not sure where else you could buy it. I'm pretty sure it's sold at Publix at least. But anyway, so you're going to let it thaw, and then you're going to put butter all over it. So this is like 6 tablespoons of butter melted. And this is going to be messy, but we're going to get it together, and hopefully, you know, it'll be edible at some point. I don't know. Could be a major flop. And you're going to get to see it right here in my kitchen, right in front of the camera. All right, 3/4 of a cup of regular sugar and a tablespoon of ground cinnamon. And you're going to mix that together. If I can get it out, you got to be careful. Cinnamon is like, ooh, which is fine. I was wanting a little bit more than just a tablespoon, so that'll work. I'm going to grab a fork, kind of stir it up with. Now, I wouldn't preheat the oven right now because you're going to do that once you give this time to rise, which I've had it out all day. It hasn't really rose much. So we'll see. But I think it'll still be good. But who doesn't like homemade bread? So it's not spoiled or anything like that. I think it's just lost its yeast, you know. So what you're going to do is you're going to cut five or six slits in the top of this bread. Not all the way through the bread, but just through the top. And the most important part of this is to make sure that you get the butter and the cinnamon sugar mixture in those grooves. So you're going to get it all over the whole thing, but mainly those grooves. So I've already got it in the pan that it's going to go in the oven. And I'm just going to leave it in this pan and make my mess in this pan. So this is just like a small 2-quart baking pan. And you're going to press, see how I'm pressing down into the grooves? You got to make sure that it gets down in there. Very important. Spray the pan. And then set your bread dough in it. Let your bread dough just sit and hang out there. And we'll turn this over. And then yes, we're probably gonna dump half of this out. Ooh, it is so thawed, y'all. All right. Okay. It's supposed to be all over it. So that'll be my next little thing here. And yes, the butter is going to soak up a lot of it. I just don't know why you would need that whole entire thing. I really don't. But, like I said, get your grooves. Now that we flipped it over and then flipped it back over, some of that may come out. So, just kind of tuck it in there. Okay. So, I'm happy with that. If y'all want to keep going, you can. But even the sides here are lightly patted down with some cinnamon and sugar. Alright, so that'll be okay. Let me wash my hands real quick. Oh, what a mess. Alright, now. I could probably keep using it, but I think I'm just going to stop there. And what we're going to do is we're going to cover this with plastic wrap, and we're just going to let it sit, because see, it's still kind of chilly, for about 30 minutes, because I want to try to get it dry. Personally, honestly, I don't think it's going to. Not because of anything we did wrong, but because the bread is just, it's some that I had that was past its prime, and it's just probably not going to work. I may actually try, I've got 2 more loaves. Those come three loaves to a pack. I have a couple other loaves that sort of look like they're willing to cooperate, so I may actually use those as well. Alright, so what you're going to do is you're going to allow this to rise for about 30 minutes. And then after that, you're going to preheat the oven to 300 degrees, and you're going to bake for 40 minutes, turning it halfway through the cooking process. And you're going to allow it to cool for 10 minutes, and then your bread's done. You can also put a glaze on this, so we'll see when we get back. I want to see how these turn out. So like I said, I've showed you this one. I'm going to do the other 2 with what I have left, because I mean, there's nothing else I can do with it except for just make regular bread. And I'll show you that as well when we come back. Okay, y'all, so here is my cinnamon bread flop. And I took, they didn't rise at all. This one here rose just a little bit, and I did that one off camera. This was the original one that y'all saw. You can see that it's coated with more cinnamon and sugar. I didn't want to mix up a whole nother batch just to do whatever. One will just be more sweet than the others. And I took a cup of powdered sugar and some milk, and I made a glaze. So, and I just made enough for like the 1 loaf, but I'm just going to use it on all of them because I don't want it too much, you know. I just want it just enough. And you're going to do this after it comes out of the oven. Now these were sitting for just a few minutes, but they're still warm. So leave them in the pans when you do this, if you want to. Now, the only other option that you would have would be on a baking rack on a cookie sheet like that. But these dishes here are already going to be so messed up from the butter and the sugar that I was like, I'll just put it in here, do it in this, it'll be fine. Probably have to soak it for days, but that's it. I know my family's gonna eat it. It just was my big flop for the day. So at least I can put the bread to some use. But I think it's fine. I think it'll be fine. They'll eat it. I'm sure they will. And you just warm it up when you're ready to eat some of it. I'm gonna let this sit for a few minutes, let that glaze kind of harden up on there just a little bit. And it's ready to eat. Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to work on another fall dessert. It is called apple pretzel salad. You need to go ahead and preheat your oven to 350 degrees. I've taken 2 cups of pretzels and a stick of butter. I'm going to add all that together. And this is going to be our crust. And I'm hoping it'll work. Not really good with these kind of crusts, but I'll try it and see. I've got my oven preheated. Did I say preheat your oven 350? I'll take a 9x13 pan, and I'm going to press this into the bottom of it and hope that it works, because I'm just not good with these at all. And I know I've said that before, but it's because I'm a little nervous. Okay. So I'm just gonna, you know, just do it in the bottom of the pan. I'm not gonna worry about going up the sides or anything like that. Okay. All right. I'm just going to treat it for, you know, it's just, oh, I'm afraid of it. Okay. Now, you're going to put this in the oven for about 10 minutes. And then you have to, once you take it out, you have to allow it to fully cool. So I'm going to go ahead and stick it in there. 10 minutes. And then take that out and work on that. Now, while we're waiting, I have some of the rest of, this will be the filling, and then there will be a topping. So this is 3/4 cup of powdered sugar, and I have whisked it to make sure there's no lumps, or at least not many lumps. And 1 brick of softened cream cheese. In my it just went everywhere. So I'm just going to whisk this together. You can use a mixer, but usually I can get this started pretty good once I get it combined. So you want to mix this together. And like I said, yes, I left it out for hours for room temperature, but nothing beats sticking in the microwave for a minute, and it just does a lot better about softening. Make sure y'all can see. Okay. So we're whisking this together. It's pretty quick after you do all the prep work and stuff. Seems like it comes together pretty quickly. Okay, and then we have 8 ounces of Cool Whip that we're going to stir in. I'm going to fold it in. Okay, make sure I get all of it. Okay. 8 ounces. Cool Whip. And probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this chill a little bit in the fridge after I get it combined. So that's what I'm going to do with this. You just want to stir it in. All right, I'll see you back here in a few minutes once I have this chilled and the crust has cooled down. Okay, see you back here. Okay, y'all, so stuck this in the fridge. I'm hoping I'm not gonna mess it up, because I also stuck this in the fridge to cool it down faster, and it works. And then I stuck my cream cheese mixture in the fridge as well. Probably shouldn't have done that, because I'm scared it's going to dismantle my pretzel crust. I'm just going to have to be really careful and hope it doesn't. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to make little dollops. And basically what this does is it kind of makes it to where you're only going to spread it out kind of like a little bit here, a little bit there, that kind of thing. Because if you do it the other way, where you just, you know, we're trying to ice a cake, say, it's a good chance that you're going to mess everything up. So I do it like this to help me, because I am sloppy and messy, and I will admit it. Okay. Let's hope, pray I don't mess anything up. It's already starting to come up. Okay, we're just gonna kind of, this is not the final thing. So you still have your apple pie filling is gonna go over top. So we're not really trying to make it pretty. We're just trying to make it just spread out. All right. Just the best we can, because this is literally taking the pretzels up out of the crust area, if you will. Okay. All right, so the recipe, this is kind of frustrating. I'm sorry, y'all. A lot of times you hear me heavy sighs because it's just frustrating. The recipe calls for us to put this in the fridge like this for an hour and let it set up. And then the last part of the recipe is just pouring 2 cans of apple pie filling over this. So we're going to set this in here, set it in the fridge for 1 hour, and then I'll be back with you. Okay, y'all, this has had time to set up. So we're going to go ahead and take our apple pie filling. You need 2 20-ounce cans. We're just going to plop these down on there, kind of spread them out just a little bit. On top of our cream cheese mixture. I am not an apple pie filling fan. Don't like it. Don't like the taste of it. Don't like the texture. Ugh. But my family is a different story. They like it. So put this on here for them. And you know, you could change this out per whatever season it is. Make the same thing with strawberry pie filling or blueberry pie filling for the summer. That would probably be a really good idea. But this one is for fall. And I'll try to spread this out a little bit. Cover the cream cheese mixture the best I can. And if it doesn't cover it completely, I don't think there's a problem with that either. So that's it. Now you're going to take this and you're going to set it in your the fridge, in your fridge, for about an hour. You could do it overnight if you prefer, but these kids are probably going to want this here in a little while. So you can do it for an hour or so, and that should be enough. It's done. So hopefully you have learned some new ideas for some more fall desserts. Okay, y'all. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.